that can supply slightly over 8,000 private housing units in Singapore under its land sales program for the first half of 2018. Now, this is about the same level as that of the second half of 2017, according to the National Development Ministry.
And among other reasons, it says there's set to be sufficient supply, including that generated from a recent spate of en bloc sales. Rachel Poor reports.
The government has taken a measured approach in its latest land sales program, aimed at striking a balance between meeting developers' appetite for land and avoiding a housing glut in the future. In the latest round, 6 sites were put on the confirmed list, including one at Cascaden Road in Orchard and 2 at Upper Bukit Timah Road. There's also one parcel at Sembawang set aside for an executive condominium, or EC. Altogether, the sites can yield about 2,700 housing units. Analysts say most of the sites will attract a fair amount of bids from developers, especially the Cascaden Road site, after the bullish bid submitted for the Jiak Kim Street parcel.
The site at Cascaden Road is a very prime site in the prime districts, near to Orchard Road, near to the future Orchard Boulevard MRT station, and there has been a pickup in demand for prime district sites.
Under the reserve list, there is 1 commercial site and 8 residential sites that can yield more than 5,000 homes. These include 2 plots for ECs and 1 at Peksia Street in Tanjong Pagar that could potentially yield 700 units.
It is right next to Tanjong Pagar Center, which is integrated development with residential, hotel, and office. So, in terms of the synergy amongst all the development cluster, this is a very good site. Especially, it can appeal to expatriates who want to live and work in the city. So the end user demand will be quite buoyant, both in terms of owner-occupier as well as investors.
Industry experts pointed out that the government has introduced more land for ECs in this lineup. They also believe that the 3 EC sites will do well.
EC supply has dwindled to very low levels, and there has been hardly any new EC sites on the market for quite some time.
Developers are also probably encouraged by the sale of 100 palms in Hougang. Analysts say they weren't surprised by the government's conservative approach, given that they've sounded a note of caution recently. This time round, the National Development Ministry says they took into account the potential supply of around 20,000 units from awarded en bloc sales and state land sale sites that have yet to be granted planning approval. There's also another 18,000 unsold units that have obtained planning approval and 30,000 existing private homes that remain vacant.